If I could describe my UCSD Dragon Boat experience in one word, it would be pride.
Fun.
Interesting.
Perseverance.
It's unforgettable.
Progress.
Home.
I think the UCSD Dragon Boat team means a family to me. And it's funny because like everyone's kind of like your brother and sister, and you can kind of like relate to them in some way.
I know when times were getting tough, I would just talk to a bunch of people on the team and they would automatically make me feel better.
The UCSDDB team to me means spontaneity. There was always something going on somewhere, and it was always kind of up to you to move your schedule around, figure out how to squeeze yourself in somewhere, but at the end it's always so fun, and it really taught me how to be flexible and how to have fun with other people.
I really appreciated having that support system and being able to learn from so many different people. It helped me grow as a person.
I think it was a place where I really found like who I was, like realized what I wanted and what I liked, and and who I wanted to be.
During my time on the team, I think I've grown to become a much more social person, just stronger and better. I've made plenty of mistakes, but I also learned so much from all of them, physically, emotionally, mentally, and I've become so much stronger and understand so much more about the world and life around me than I used to be before.
I think I've grown the most by being able to see from different perspectives and being able to relate to other people's point of view.
I think I've definitely gotten a lot more comfortable being just like myself. Coming from like high school, I don't think I had that much like self-confidence. I know I'm like a loud person, but I was always like shy and didn't very like sharing my opinions and stuff like that. But while on this team, I learned that my opinion matters and I shouldn't be afraid to like take up a leadership position and express what I think.
Yeah, I guess I got muscular. I go home, my family's like, yeah, you're so fat. And I'm like, it's muscle, and then I flex. And they're like, don't want to mess with you. So that's one thing.
Well, I didn't grow any taller, but I learned a lot. I learned that you can't just go physically hard all of the time. You got to take care of yourself. I also learned that you can't please everyone. For everyone's going to want different things from you or from the team overall. And in that case, you should do whatever you can to understand everyone and to synthesize from what you learned, because you need to optimize for the next best move, because what I learned is that there is no perfect move, ever.
Doing a sport like Dragon Boat helps you with mental fortitude. It helps you break barriers. When you think you've expended your last ounce of strength, you continue, despite the exhaustion, and push through. I believe that mindset is something that has translated to my everyday life and has allowed me to become a more developed individual.
First joining the team, I was like very shy. I couldn't even look at people. I couldn't even say hi to anyone. Just staring at someone gave me anxiety. But yeah, I think being on the team, it made me realize these people they're actually normal and also weird and just people, and yeah, it made me realize that they're not out to get me. They're just like me instead.
I think also I talked about this before, but I used to be I didn't have a lot of friends my first and second year, just because I was really didn't want to go out and didn't want to really put in the effort to make friends. And then once I joined Dragon Boat, everyone was really friendly and really excited to hang out with each other, and I kind of overcame that social barrier where I would be more comfortable hanging out with people and really found people who I liked hanging out with, and yeah, so I think I grew there.
So I think that my favorite aspect of the team is how we truly are a competitive family. I feel that our team truly embraces both of those words in terms of competitiveness. We work out at a very high level and compete at a high level against other schools, and our competitive results show that. In terms of family, though, I feel like we build very meaningful friendships and relationships on this team.
I think I like how people like to eat a lot and how people like to get buff and swole, because before Dragon Boat I never really had anyone to like work out with or anyone to kind of like be like my fitness goals or like talk about like where I want to be like physically and like mentally, and so it's just like that's
My favorite aspect of the team is the fact that there's so many different personalities that when brought together really make something really special, and I really enjoyed seeing how people would build off of each other and in order to succeed and achieve good stuff.
My favorite aspect of this team is being surrounded with pallers who are really hard workers, like people who are invested in what they do, people who always strive for opportunities to become better, and who always try to turn the impossible into a reality.
So like Dragon Boat was the first sport I did that was an actual team-based thing where you get to like rely on other people and you know that they have your back. And I think that applies like outside of paddling itself too. Like when I'm in trouble, I know that I have people that I can rely on, and those are my teammates, my friends, my family, Dragon Boat.
My favorite part of being on the team has to be getting to know all the people that I know now. I've become close friends with people that I never thought I would get along with when I first met them, and at the same time, now I'm close with people who I like strangely deeply connected with from like the get-go when I first met them. So, I'm gonna cherish this experience and these people in my memory, in my heart for the rest of my life.
My favorite part of being on the team is knowing I have friends that I know are there for me, and that if I ever need help or support, I will always have friends that will have my back.
There's always someone that you see every day, and like even just like going into Geisel, you always have people to be with, like people to talk to, like at the end of the day.
My favorite part of being on the team? I liked practice, and I also liked how safe I felt being a part of the team. Help was, and for me, it still is, always just a call away.
Some of my favorite memories on the team were all of those great race pieces that we were able to have, and seeing the energy of everyone and the excitement that they had as we got off the boat.
It was at the Arizona race. I think we were marshalling for college finals, and David C2 just stood there and he was very still, and then suddenly I started to see tears roll down his eyes, and that's when it like really struck me how much this meant to him, and I really channeled that within me to try and really pull a good piece out for him, because I wanted to do it for him and I wanted to do it for us. And I think that was definitely one of my favorite memories, because it made me realize that this is not a one-man team. Dragon Boat was never a one-man show. It's always been 22 people on the boat. The steers and the drummers are just as important, and it's always been a team collective effort, and no one person carries the boat themselves, and it really instilled in me the group and familial aspect as well as the competitive aspect.
If I could give advice to current team members, I'd probably say that quality is worth more than quantity, and however much effort you put into doing something is something that other people will always be able to see.
Work hard for yourself, but also for others.
Rely on each other, push each other, help each other, understand each other.
Make friends that you'll keep not just during college, but like after college, because Dragon Boat is just during college. I mean, you can paddle after college too, but some of these people you'll never see again. But also some of the people you never expect to be friends with, you'll never know if you like never start talking to them.
you shouldn't be afraid to ask others for help when you need it. Especially since when you ask for help, you can solve an issue or, a problem or whatever so much quicker than if you were trying to do it yourself. And maybe if that one thing took you like a month by itself, together with somebody else, it could take like maybe a day, a week, like exponentially less than that.
Live an active life, don't live passively, and actively pursue whatever your passions and goals are, because you would definitely surprise yourself.
Understand that you have more control over the outcomes in your life than you might realize. And if you put in that work, then you can really achieve a lot of good stuff.
Whoa, why not? Why are you taking it back now?
Action! All right.
Oh God.
Cut that little area I just said. All right.
I wanted to think of a better word, but I couldn't, and then I forgot to go on thesaurus.com to like look up better words, but fun.
I would say that quality is always more important than quality. Ugh, oh shoot, that doesn't even make sense.
A little more erasing. A little more.
Damn, that was a lot harder than I thought. I mixed two words up.
He's so funny.
Maybe I shouldn't be giving that advice anymore.
It's kind of hot in here, Brendan. Can I take my jacket off real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, one thing I'd like to share about being on the team is that, I never really cared about winning or placing or any of that. I always cared about teamwork, the Dragon Boat community, teamwork. I said teamwork, right? But yeah, I never cared about winning or any of that, Like, all this ice on my neck right now that's dripping all over the place, it doesn't mean anything to me, Like, it's like our slogan, pride, tradition, and medals. I mean passion. But yeah.